morning. So today we're doing lesson 4-5, which is using the area model and partial products in a couple different ways. So using area model and partial products. And we were introduced to this in our last lesson, 4-4. And the difference between that lesson and this lesson is it's using the distributive property, which is breaking apart your numbers and multiplying them by each other's parts in different ways. So there's like 3 different ways that this lesson goes over that you could do it. And then you get to choose based on the problem how you want to break the numbers apart and multiply them. So I'm going to put on here using the distributive property with the area model. With the area model. Okay, I think you could see that all right. Let me change my pen. I need a darker pen. Well, let's see how long that one lasts. I need to get new pens. Okay, so the first way, so we're just gonna put one way. Let's say we have the problem 25 times 15. Okay, I'm gonna do, because in your book on page 146, there's the 3 different ways. This last way here, this is what we did in 4-4. So I'm gonna actually start with that to show you what it looks like with what we did with 4-4. And then I'll do these ways to show you how they're different. Okay, so we're gonna start with this, which is where you break both of the numbers apart. So 25 is 20 plus 5 and into its tens and its ones, and 15 is 10 plus 5. Okay, so since I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, I need to have 4 boxes. Okay, and one of the numbers goes on the top, the other goes on the side. It doesn't matter which one goes on the top or the side because you're going to multiply them all together and add them up anyways, so it doesn't matter. So you put 20 and 5 on the side or the top, it's fine. So 20 and 5, and then 10 and 5 down the side, or the other way. So then you multiply each set of numbers to go into the squares. So you use it like a multiplication chart. You go over and down. So 10 times 20 is 200. 10 times 5 is 50. 20 times 5, so 2 times 5 is 10, plus that 0, so 100. 5 times 5 is 25. All right, and then you just add them up. So this is like how we did it last week with 4-4. 5, 6, 7, 3. So 375. Okay, so let's remember that answer, 375. Okay, so you can pause the video to write this example down, and then I'm going to erase it and show you one of the other ways that we can use the area model and the distributive property to solve this problem. So I'm going to erase it. Okay, so this is another way. And we're using the same numbers, 25 times 15. Okay, so in this one, we're going to break apart the 15. Okay, we're going to break apart the 15. So that's 10 plus 5. So now I'm going to keep the 25 the same, and then I have a 10 and a 15. So now I only need 2 boxes because I only broke apart one of the numbers. So I have 2 boxes, 25, so the 1 number goes on the side where there's 1 space, and then the 10 and the 5 go on top of the other 2 boxes, 10 and 5. Okay, now the reason why I can do this with this problem is because when I break apart 15 into 10 and 5, those are really easy numbers to multiply 25 by. Okay, so it works well with this problem. Some problems, it's going to be better just to break all the numbers apart, draw your 4 boxes, and multiply that way. With this, since I have a 10 and a 5, and those are easy numbers to multiply by, I can kind of shorten it up and just use the 2 boxes. So 25 times 10, I just add a 0 on, because 1 times 25 is 25, and add a 0 for the 0 there. And then 25 times 5, like if I'm counting by quarters, there's 4 quarters in $1 plus, because there's 5 here, plus another quarter, so that's $1.25, $1.25. So $1.25. Okay, and then I add the 2 up, $2.50 plus $1.25. And I get $3.75, which is the same as what I got for the other one. It just shortened it up a little bit and only had 2 boxes instead of 4. So you can go ahead and write this example down. And you can pause the video if you need to, and I'm going to erase it and do the third way. Okay, I'm going to erase it. All right, so remembering our answer is 375. So this is another way. So the third way, and that's 25 times 15. Now, instead of breaking apart 15, I'm going to break apart 25. So 20 and 5. Okay. Luckily with these numbers, they, it ends in a 0. They end in a 5. 5s are easy to multiply by. Multiples of 10 are easy to multiply by. So in this case, breaking apart either one of those numbers makes it easy. Okay, so since I broke apart only one number, okay, then I'm only going to have 2 boxes, and my whole number that I didn't break apart goes on the outside of the 1 box, and the 20 and the 5 go on the top. All right, and then I multiply my squares like normal. So 15 times 20, I would do 2 times 15. Okay, so 2 15s is 30. And then add on the 0. All right. And then 15 times 5. So I got to think a little bit here. So if 2 15s is 30, then another 2 would be 30. And another 1 would be 15. So that's 75. Okay? Or you can count by 15s in your head. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. Okay? So 300, and you could probably already see it's going to be, oops, that's not a 5, 375. Okay, which is the same answer as we got before. So there's 3 different ways. You can break apart both numbers. In fact, let me erase this so you can write this down if you need to. I'm going to erase it. Okay, so just to review, there's one way, which is if we have 25 times 15, we break apart both numbers, 25 and 10 plus 5. Okay, so you break apart both numbers, and that way you'll have 4 boxes. Okay, or 25 times 15, you can break apart one of the numbers, so 20 plus 5, and this way you'll have 2 boxes. Or you can break apart the other number, 15. So 25 times 15 into 10 plus 5, and you'll have 2 boxes on this one. Okay, now if you have like oddball numbers that are not easy to break apart and multiply, or easier to multiply when you break them apart, you're probably going to want to just break apart both numbers and use the 4 squares. Okay, if you have numbers with multiples of 5, okay, or multiples of 10 that are easy to multiply, then you can kind of shorten it up and just break apart one number and do 2 squares instead of 4. So that's the purpose of having these other ways to do it. It really just depends on the numbers that you're given and if they have multiples of 10 or 5, easy numbers to multiply when you break them apart. So I'm going to erase this, and then I'm going to assign you the problems that you're going to do for the lesson today. Okay, so you guys are going to do pages 147 and 148. Okay, and you're going to do problems 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, and 17. So on the back side, you're doing 11, 16, and 17. So those problems directly relate to the lesson that we did today, okay? So that is 4-5, and this is the only new math lesson that you have this week, and then next week we're going to do 4-6. And I will see you later. Bye.